Vibrogenics.
Vibrogenics.
And Vibrogenics.com.
I am addicted.
There's nothing like it.
Your patients will thank you for it. You will see healing in your practice like never before.
Well, my logical mind told me that if we are frequency and an energy system, why aren't we using that as the medicine to treat people? Well, welcome everybody. I'm Dr. Caroline, the CEO and founder of Vibrogenics, and I'm so excited today to have Dr. Jyun with me. He is an extraordinary physician that does a lot of regenerative and really advanced medicine in my book, and I'm so happy to have you here. Please tell us more about you and what you do.
Well, first of all, thanks so much for inviting me for your amazing podcast, and I'm honored to be here today to share what I do and what I'm helping other people. Yeah.
That's wonderful.
So originally I'm from Japan. I moved here almost 35 years ago. And fortunately, my family in Japan, my grandfather, they are all into natural medicine. So growing up, doing the hydrotherapy, eating all this organic food, what was good for the, certain disease. So I had a lot of awareness around them. And then my uncle and aunt, they are acupuncture doctors in Japan. And so when I moved here, I really wanted to pursue first Chinese medicine as the starting point, combined with the natural medicine. So fast forward, many things happened along the way to the journey of, experimenting medicine and seeing the patients. We know it's not one way to treat the disease. So now I had to keep expanding awareness, got to the point of, as you know, Vibrogenics, vibration, sound, and frequency. Where we reach is a quantum science behind them. So this is where the beauty of this medicine, the integration of every aspect of a human body, the body, the mind, and soul, using that frequency, the sound, the vibration. I think that's key elements to integrate whole, healing journeys for people.
That's wonderful. So one thing I've been really focused on is trying to come up with a system to help people release all the stuff that's happened in the last 3 years with trauma, drama, disease, disorder, all kinds of things with family members. There's been a lot in the last 3 years. Release all that so that they can actually start focusing on regeneration, like in the moment from now forward, and find a way to hit that reset button so they can really thrive this coming year. I've seen so many people struggle, even people coming into our clinic, that really lost hope because the last 3 years has really worn them down. So what would you have to share with people on some ways to do that? Some tips, some advice, whether it's meditation or whatever it is. What are your thoughts on that to help people reset so that they can really thrive?
So I think the human being, how we live in their life is a two agenda, whether the fear or the love, right? So really, we are being hammered by this fear-driven, this society.
Yes.
The politics or everything. Well, this is where I think the people likes drama. People likes to be driven by this something catastrophic happen in the TV or the news, newspaper everywhere. They are like, oh my gosh, what is that, right? They're so intrigued by those things. But then when you talk about something that beautiful, something that, somebody helping somebody else, right? Going to different country and feeding them, all those people who are dying from the starvation. Not so much drama in there. So this is where I think a consciousness that we have to shift, isn't it? That this is where I will always empower people that people are so stuck into the fear. Okay, so now, so let's look at that. What's the antidote of fear? It's the love. So then we just start to focus on love, which I love Dr. Joe Dispenza. Dr. Joe talks about how this really going back to our heart, that the where the love reside. When you expand that awareness and frequency from the love center, that fear and love can exist at the same time. So more you can focus on love and compassion, gratitude, that where the fear, the mind, the mindset will degrade. Yeah.
No, I love that. And with fear, fear and anger always open the doorways to the darkness, I've always said.
Yes.
And fear, unfortunately, the drama part of it produces adrenaline in people. And that gives them a boost of energy, whether it be something that's good or bad, it gives them that boost of energy. And I think that's how people have gotten kind of addicted to drama, because it gives them that. Whereas love is much more calming, much more dopamine, much more heartfelt. But I absolutely agree with you. We all need to go to a heart-centered space and love instead of fear. And anytime fear comes up, replace it with love. I love that.
Right. Just to
I
keep
heard,
practicing, right? Over and over.
yes, yes, daily sometimes. So I was told that you wrote a book with Dr. Joe Dispenza.
Yeah, well, we are part of the co-authors. So here's the book here. So called
Oh,
Miracle Behavior
miracles.
right there. Yep.
Oh,
I'm
I
right
want to
there.
get that book.
Yes.
It looks like quite a collaboration.
Yes, this is Hemingway. She's the granddaughter of Hemingway, Mariel
Huh?
Hemingway. Dr. Patrick Porter, he's a brain doctors. So there's a
Yes.
42 medical doctor or naturopathic chiropractor or the healers. So we did a collaboration
Wow.
together to really sharing about what is really stand for the miracle myself or patient or friends or family. So many things happen, but we don't know how to unlock this miracle. But when you really look at the behind the scene of how the miracle works, once you start understanding the magic, how that works, it's no longer miracle, isn't it? Magic anymore.
I'm going to get that book. It sounds like I got a lot of great contributors on my perfect subjects.
Yes.
So what about, go ahead.
No, go ahead, please.
So what do you feel are ways that people can really kind of reset and start to thrive outside of like being heart focused? Are there some like tips that you would give people? What do you recommend? Like meditation, diet, exercise? What are your thoughts?
Yes, I one of the other book that I wrote about this. This is more about the business book, small business, book,
Oh, your
and
breakthroughs.
yeah, breakthrough of for the small business owners. So in this chapter that
I
I
like it.
wrote, yes, there's a 5 tips I always write about 5 conscious actions. And this is the basic fundamental of as a human being, what we need to do. And you and I know what's the most important things. Without this, we can die within a few minutes. Is the breath, right?
Yes.
It's free and anyone can do it anytime, any moment, correct? So
Right.
when we restore this breath, using that, we call conscious breath work between,
Yeah.
short intake or 4-second inhale and then 6 to 8 seconds exhale. By just doing that rhythm between the 4 and 6, 8 in and out, there's an actual scientific study have done by the medical doctor, a psychiatrist in the University of San Diego. And he talked about after 6 weeks doing every single day, just this breath work, 12 to 30 minutes a day, 80% of any chronic illnesses disappear. Somebody who using medication, could be
Wow.
headache, chronic pains, diabetes, high blood
Wow.
pressure. It's a HRV, heart rate variability, they're studying research on that.
Right.
So I always
Wow.
recommend any patient because it is the most simplest, easiest thing to do to reset vagus nerve, right? Stimulate the parasympathetic. Then your body can take control against the sympathetic dominance.
That is fantastic. No, I love that. I know breath work has made it into a lot of areas, even with training of the Navy SEALs and, extreme situations or different parts of the military on how to control their breath to calm the nervous system down.
Yes.
Very important. It's great. I've never heard with that study with disease
Yes.
going away. That's wonderful.
Absolutely beautiful study and research. And so, just we can argue, and when you have this concrete research and control study, right? And then when you put it the peer review, yes, less argument against those information, the research.
Yes. Yes.
So,
All right. That's a great tip. What's your next one?
the next one, so conscious breath. After the breath, what's the second most important thing? Without this, we could survive maybe a few days, right? That's the water, hydration, isn't it?
Yes.
So we talk
Yes.
about the conscious hydration, but not just the drinking water, but really consciously water. As one of the doctor was it the French doctor who done HIV research and discovered Dr. Montier, French doctor.
Oh, yes.
And he,
Yes.
Dr. Emoto, Message from Water, the water research doctor, they've done a collaboration. So now they can really see that the water has the way to imprint the frequency, the energy. So not just drinking simple water, but what's really putting this in an energy, heart, the frequency in the water, and how you're consuming into the system, right? Because we're made out of 99%, as a structurally speaking, out of the water molecule. That water is a messenger to communicate to your DNA, to the cells, to everything in the
Right.
organism, right? So
Right.
really the amount of hydration, number one, of course, but the quantity, and then what's the energy goes in the water, that is critical to me. That's a conscious
Yes.
hydration. Yes.
Yeah, we have people that actually have the vibrodynamics that they will take their water and they will put it on the machine, do their sound frequency therapy treatment, and then drink the water.
Absolutely. That's absolutely genius. Brilliant. I will highly recommend that too, of course.
Okay.
Thank you. Yeah.
What's number 3?
Number 3 is I can go into this ladder. Breast,
Yeah.
the hydration. The third one, most critical things for the survival is that the nutrition. Yes.
Right.
So, I mean, there's so many, what I said, doctors and the researchers and people talk about what type of a diet is really good for you. And, so much around this whole topics, right? So to me, going back to the fundamental of I think clearly we know the 4 different types in biochemical speaking. We have different
Mhm.
blood expression, all A's,
Right.
B's, and AB's. And Dr. Dadamo, who is a prominent of a naturopathic doctor who done research about eat right for your blood type. There's a lot of research behind that, how that lectin, the receptors binds in the protein. So just a
Yes.
theory, I always tell the patient, just look at your profile. If it's a blood type O, look at the recommended food, neutral, just to reduce the avoid list as much as possible. And then, of course, organic as an energy-driven material as possible, no processed food. Keep it really, really
Right.
simple. I mean, that itself can transform the body, start gaining the
Yes.
vitality and energy.
Yes. No, very, very important. I have a master's in nutrition, so I'm always talking to people about diet. And the other thing I really recommend is really good sources of fat.
That, yes.
So cooking in sesame oil is
Yeah.
the best thing you can cook in because it quadruples its antioxidant content. So
Oh, really?
really
Oh, wow.
important. Yes, the only thing that we use at my house, it's incredible for that. It's really heat stable, but it becomes a strong antioxidant. So constantly counteracting those free radicals. And olive oil is great, but put it on top. Avocados are wonderful, but our body needs good fat
Uh,
desperately. So getting those sources of omega-3s or salmon or whatever it is that works right with your body type of diet is really important.
so thanks so much for that because think about the brain. Brain, if you open it and look at it inside, right? What is made out of? It's fat.
Yeah.
It's a tofu.
Phospholipids. Yeah. Phospholipids. Yeah. To think clearly, it was really interesting when I was going through school, which it seemed like I went through school forever. But if I had exams the next morning, I would always make sure I ate an avocado the night before and my
Yeah.
brain would just fire better.
Oh.
So I knew way back then
Mhm.
that I wasn't understanding completely why, but I knew if I had a test, I had to eat an avocado.
See, you had the intuitively already knowing about this information. That's amazing.
There you go.
Yeah. So that's
Wonderful. What's your next
yeah.
tip, doctor?
Yes. Yeah. So number 4 is of course the movement. After you consume all that, okay, now our body's happy. Okay, you can breathe well, you're hydrating well, the nutrition step. Now you got to use as a body's the engine to really live the life, right, daily. But then when you do that, the movement is critical. Of course, there are most people sitting in the
Yes.
computer doing this thing, Zoom, right, all day long. Yes, absolutely. We got to move, right? So that's like a car. Car can sit it all day long, but they can fry it out. They don't function well. So the movement is interesting too. Of course, fundamentally, anybody can walk and then go into the hiking, right? Those things are most critical things to do, no matter what type the people are. But Dr. Dadamo, I talk about based on the blood type, how he categorized blood type O, need to do aggressive exercise like aerobic exercise. And then, blood type A, they're very driven. You need to do yoga, you need to Pilates, very calming exercise. I love that,
Yeah, finding out what works for you. Exercise definitely very, very important. And one of the main reasons, our most neglected system in our body is our lymphatic system. And the lymphatic system doesn't have a pump like our cardiovascular system. It relies totally on one-way valves and muscle contraction. So getting that movement so your body can detox, because your lymphatic system is your vacuum cleaner for your bloodstream. And it's constantly collecting all these debris that it needs to get rid of. So exercise really key for that. And I think finding something you really enjoy is key.
Yeah.
Some people just don't enjoy walking, but they enjoy cycling. So whatever it is, and according to your body composition, that might help too, but finding something you love to do.
Absolutely. Because if it's not enjoyable, then it's become negative, right? You get drunk yourself to do it. Then now you're not creating the good hormones. There's no oxytocin. There's a stress hormone coming out.
That's true. And then you have cortisol, and then you go backwards.
So that's a key element that, there's exercise, but enjoyable, something that you would have a great time. Yes. Yeah.
Right. I love that.
And the last one, we all know the conscious resting. We got to rest your body. When you use it, you got to rest and recoup, right? And eliminate all the garbage, during a sleep, micro autophagy, all the things has to be kicks in. The conscious sleeping.
Yeah, I was talking to conscious sleeping. Tell me a little more about that.
So I like the Dr. Bruce. So Dr. Bruce and the sleep doctor. Do you know this doctor? He talks about the chronotype, and there's 4 different types, and according to the homeostasis of the circadian rhythms, different now 4 types of human being. One's he called the lions, and the other one called the bears, and the dolphins, wolf. He kind of categorizes in animal names.
Wow.
So they say the cortisol, how the cortisol kicks in, when you get up in the morning. So lion people, around the 5 o'clock, they arouse the cortisol really start picking up. So those people, they get up early morning, ready to go, ready to exercise. Those are the 5-10% of population. He said that's a lion. Then there's a bear. Yeah, me too. I think lions and bears. Bears, he's about 70%. Typically around the 7 o'clock. People start waking up, right? Start getting to the primal energy around 9 o'clock in the morning. So because look at the cortisol, how the hormones shift throughout the day, that he said clearly differentiate into the 4 different patterns.
Hey, interesting.
So kind of
what about the dolphins?
Dolphins is a little later, kicks in like at 9 o'clock, finally start getting up. And then now, okay, by the time lunchtime, they'll start getting prime up. Okay, I'm ready to go.
Dolphin.
And the wolf is the only few percent. He said, wolf, it's not about you're creating your patterns, but naturally speaking, the baby, since when it's little, really they're so stuck during the day, but in the evening, like at 5 o'clock, and energy start kicks in. Then start getting really, really hyped up at night. It's not somebody play the Nintendo late until 2 in the morning, and then, I'm like a night owl. No. This is a natural occurs and a hormonally speaking, right? He said the artistic people, somebody who would zone in, do some art. Those people are like a night owl, but naturally speaking, this is he said less than few percent of the populations.
Wow. I would think it'd be higher. Just thinking about all the people that go to the gym in the evening after work and the ones that go in the morning.
Right? You gotta,
a lot more in the afternoon,
isn't it? Yeah, we gotta exercise to get the cortisol down.
Yeah, no kidding. Usually the most tired by that point.
Right. So that's a Tony Robbins and all those, Robin Sharma, everybody, all the entrepreneur, motivational guru, they all talk about it. Just first in the morning, do the exercise, right? Why? Because there's science behind them, isn't it?
So what else do you do to keep yourself performing at this level, to be able to, as a healer and as a physician, you're constantly giving your energy to help heal people. What else do you do that keeps you thriving?
Myself, I really like the, just going to nature. because they really just,
Yeah.
really ground myself. Grounding is really, to me, the most key elements because we live in the city, but you live in a beautiful,
Yeah.
little more suburb. But we live in this
Yeah.
Seattle, bombarded with an electromagnetic frequency, negative frequency, right?
Mhm.
So
Yep.
that really drains our, biochemical energy. The nervous system doesn't
Right.
work. And then what's the best way to antidote, to reverse that is a grounding, isn't it? Mhm.
Yeah.
So
So going out in nature.
going out in nature, yes, walk, even the touch the trees, anything that possible. Even just the
Yes.
smelling, there's a great essential oil that the concentrate come from all the forest, right? I love that those type of essential, just smelling it because they are phytocytes, one of the elements of the killer,
Right.
hormones that kicks in when you smell those things. So, anything possible to, ground ourselves is really, to me, that a key to living in this world right now.
Yeah. Very important if you live in a big city. You can have aromatherapy going on in your office to help everybody
Yeah,
get grounded.
yeah, absolutely. Yeah, I think that, yes. When I see
But
the patients, often there's a way that I can measure it, how this, EMF, electromagnetic radiation,
yeah.
accumulating system. When I test the patient's body, quite often in the city, especially works in the Microsoft or Amazon, people who are in high-tech industry, their energy field, the nervous system is so weak because we've been so bombarded with those frequency.
Right. So what other kinds of technology? I know you have some really cutting edge things you do as far as energy type things.
Yes,
Would you be willing to share some of those with me?
yes. Or besides vibrogenics, yeah.
Yes.
Anyway, vibrogenics number one, but besides the vibrogenics, yeah, there's so many ways because that's a big machine. So some people need
Yes.
portable ones. Portable machines technology that I use, the Healy, come from Germany.
Okay.
That's great, the portable, affordable technology that people can take anywhere. Besides the
Right.
stationary vibrogenics is great at home, but you can take those things. And there's American version of an AO scan. There's the
Oh,
version using the frequency based.
right.
I use the AO scan here as well. And then there's other technology called BioWell. BioWell is the biophoton modulation, come from the Russia. Dr.
Oh,
Constant, yeah. So he's able to discover using the gas discharge visualization. Basically, there's a camera that capture the aura, which is the biophotons that emanate from the fingertips.
oh, wow.
So he used AI technology to translate every fingertip that comes out the biophoton, which connected all the meridian system, chakra system. Mm.
Wow. So that's more like using that as a diagnostic tool.
More diagnostic tool, correct? Energetic
And
diagnosis.
how about more frequency based things for therapies?
For the therapy, the treatments wise,
Yes.
the Healy can do good things. The Healy does a low frequency based treatment, microcurrent technology they
Right.
use. And AO scan, they do it, but they use the crowd system, come from the auric field, right,
Yeah.
to help you. But also I use the red lights, all the 6 different frequency red lights. That's
Yeah.
absolute favorite thing to do. And then also there's the one technology called this is a different technology, but called the Lila quantum technology.
Oh, wow.
This just looks like a box and there's no buttons or anything, nothing to upgrade. So this one is my friend, he's the owner of this technology,
Uh-huh.
and he's able to discover between the 2 other heaters and then 4 more NASA physicists. So basically between the 2 plates right here, they create a quantum field. So if you put the hands in here 5 minutes, you have blood expression like a red blood cell. If you have class 1, class 2 blood cloning,
Uh-huh.
100% disappears. Put the hands right here.
Okay. I'll be calling you to get one of those.
So they've done amazing study because I love about is the study research. So if you do the control study, for control group A, once using from this
Yeah.
biogenic or LIDA technology, anything, clearly if the blood changes in 100% patient, right?
Right.
We can disagree with that, seeing it, believing it in those data, right?
I love like the era we're going into, and I think this is partially thanks to the pandemic. The silver lining was all of these traditional medical doctors that basically just have drugs and surgery to be able to treat people with, they're all looking at regenerative medicine. I just got back from the A4M trade show and the conference and down in Las Vegas, 4,500 medical doctors there looking for tools for regenerative medicine, things that can help heal the body, frequency things like we're talking about right now that are not drugs and surgery, that can actually regenerate the body and get it to heal itself. And I was really impressed by that. And I'm always interested in tools. We have a wellness center here. We use Vibrogenics, we use red light and a few other modalities. And anything that is drug-free that can help people heal, because our bodies were designed to self-heal. It just has to be brought back to resonant frequency. Every single organ, your cells, your atoms, everything has to go back to its resonant frequency, and your body heals of all disease. And that's the way I think it should be. So I love learning more about these and love talking to you today. Anything else you'd like to add?
Well, I think, yeah, it is the integration. Of course, we need to have a surgery. That's why Western medicine exists, and that's so brilliant, right? So then we need to really keep educating each other to let the ego on the side, right? As much as possible. We are patient focused, it was a people focus. How can I help them? This is where that every doctors and physicians and healers and anybody in the industry, that's first things most that we are passionate about. How can I help them to heal? So we just have to recenter focus on that. Just don't get the ego, money, politics, all the things. No. We don't need that. That's noises. Focus on the healing. How can I collaborate?
Right. And I think there's pieces of things. That's why I went to design the Vibrogenics in the first place, is to make a bridge between Eastern medicine, naturopathic medicine, and Western medicine, because I was raised in Western medicine. That was my whole world. And big believer still in emergency medicine. Take me to ER if I get in a car accident, for sure. And there are times that things, diseased organs or tumors need to be cut out of the body. But there are a lot of other things that we can do to integrate the Eastern medicine, the chakra balancing, the ancient tones, all the other thing with brain entrainment, the trilateral balanced sine wave, putting the scalar wave generator to create tachyon energy, integrating all of these things into one system so that I can get it out to as many people as possible so they can help as many people as possible. For me, having all of these tools in my own practice was only helping one person at a time, which is still important, but I wanted to make a bigger impact. And I love the idea of all of these branches of healing modalities, all these branches of medicine, integrating it into one, just to become better at serving people and helping them heal.
Yes, I'm 100% what you're saying, exactly in alignment, resonate with you. Absolutely. That's what we're here for, them, right?
Yes. Our hearts are all in the right place. It's just time we work together.
Thank you. Yes, absolutely.
Wonderful. Thank you so much for your time today. Anything else you'd like to add?
Oh, no, my pleasure. Yeah, it's just I'm keep expanding my community. I have my website besides Dr. Jyun, quantumdecoders.com. So I'm building this community. I'm focusing right now on the Japanese community. I'm going to teach in Japan in next month, but I'm gonna do an English version of it too. So basically, the idea is the same: 5 conscious action to build a foundation about the recognizing a quantum body. Now we need to have this quantum mind that operate by the body. So we need to understand how can I help them to mind to be as good as possible. Then last one, the quantum self. What's our soul and the spirit? What we hear, what we doing? What's the purpose behind that? So integrating the whole things that to me it's called. We need to expand our awareness, expand our quantum nature. That's my journey that I wanted to take it to the people, to the next level.
I love that. I love that. We'll definitely get on board with that. And I can't wait to hear it once you have it all done.
Absolutely. Okay.
The English version. I need the English version.
Yes.
So I have one quick question for you. So what was your feeling and thought the very first time you got on the Vibrogenics?
Feeling and thoughts. I mean, first of all, when I see that those big, amazing machines were sitting in front of me, I was like, oh, wow, what is that? It's so dynamic. I mean, I could feel that, the energy that comes out. And then when I hear this, the sound and the vibration, oh my gosh, my entire nervous system itself was just like, what's the word? Not the freaking out, more like, wow, what is that? I
Yeah.
have never experienced that this feeling before. Yeah.
That's
So
wonderful.
it
And we
was
do
kind of
have,
thinking,
it
but
is big. It is big, but we do have a mobile unit as well that has all of the frequencies and cell exciters and things like that in it. But yeah, it's profound experience the first time, especially if you are an energy healer and you're sensitive to energy and the frequencies. It can be kind of mind blowing.
it was mind blowing. I mean, it was like, yeah, because I never experienced those two things at the same time, vibrating and the frequency, the sound of those whole integration of those three aspects was just
Yeah.
out of the wall. So it was like, so intrigued by that technology.
The other thing that makes it so powerful is that everything's in sound, even what moves the plate is sound frequency. You're actually moving in a sine wave. And talking about the water and the level of water in the body, sound travels 5 times faster through water. So you're getting all those frequencies up through the plate that travel to every cell, every part of your body instantaneously.
Absolutely. I miss doing it every single day. So get one. So,
All right. Well, thank you again.
thank you so
This
much.
was delightful.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Have a wonderful day.
You too.
Bye bye.